My name is Chiara Certomà. I'm postdoc research fellow at the Sant School of Advanced Studies in Pisa in Italy, and currently I'm Carson fellow at the Carson Center in Munich, and the title of my research is Living Space, Post-Environmentalist Practices in Post-Global Spaces. I'm investigating the interaction between political ecology and environmental injustice. Critical gardening is an example of the way in which postmodern political agency interact with environmental politics and political ecology issues. So it is, in my opinion, a very important topic to investigate if you want to understand the way in which, in material terms, the urban political life try to answer environmental injustice and spatial injustice. Critical gardening started in the 70s in the US, and one of the first community gardens was invented, we can say, by Liz Christie, who was an artist working in New York, and the Green Guerrilla movement. And they worked to recover a dump in one of the poorest parts of the city and to transform this area, this quite small area, in a public park. Urban gardeners used to decide, first of all, what kind of action they want to take. And they can start to negotiate with the local administration for having some part of the public land abandoned. And this is, of course, a legal form of critical gardening. Otherwise, they can choose some other kind of actions that are marginally illegal. The first one, and it's quite common, is running a community garden project. Another form of critical gardening is the guerrilla gardening approach. Guerrilla gardening is a kind of flash mob. So you have people who decide to cultivate on a single spot of land, sometimes a very small one, such as a traffic highlands. And if these people decide that this part of the city needs to be taken into consideration by public administration, so they want to give a political signal, they want people to notice this part of land that is abandoned, they start just planting some herbs and flowers, and they usually do this during the night, and they just wait for people notice this part of land that was generally not very interesting for anybody. And this is just a political claim. It's different from a community gardens because, of course, a community garden is something that lasts in the time. A guerrilla gardening spot may last, but it may not last, of course. And so it's different, but it has a very strong political meaning. And that's quite interesting from a post-environmental point of view as well.